Today's Sunday, and I felt like a BLT. So in Austria, you have these little bread rolls in the supermarkets. They have like pumpkin seeds and things on top. And my wife found this recipe online. It says it only takes 45 minutes to make from scratch, so I'm gonna give it a whirl. Also, to go along with it, I'm gonna make myself a little lime garlic aioli to spread over the top. And in place of lettuce, I'm gonna use baby spinach. Also, these little tomatoes, they're little mini San Marzanos, and they're absolutely amazing. So, should be good. So I've already got my flour and some salt that's already mixed together in there. And now I've got fresh yeast that I'm just going to put into some tepid water, and we'll get that mixed in and dissolved. Once you got your yeast all incorporated, we'll put that to the side. And here's where I'm going to differ from the recipe I saw. I reckon some seeds actually in the buns are going to be amazing. So, got some pumpkin seeds here that I'm just going to break up lightly in my mortar and pestle, and then we'll add that to the dough as well. As you can see, I got them broken up. It's still a little chunky, which is perfect. Also, I think I forgot to mention before that this is whole wheat flour in there. Also here, I've got some flaxseed, so we'll sprinkle that in, and we'll go in with the pumpkin seeds. All right, once you got your flaxseed and your pumpkin seeds in, just want to close it up and just give this a little mix to incorporate them both into the flour. All right, once you got your nuts and flaxseed kind of incorporated, go ahead and add in your water and yeast, and then we'll close this up, start mixing it slowly until it gets incorporated, and then we'll speed it up. As you see, I've already turned the dough ball out onto the work surface, and yeah. So the recipe I saw called for you make it into a log and cut it up into 9 pieces. But for my own sanity, I'm actually going to weigh each piece because I need to do that. So I'll go ahead and get them all portioned out into 9 equal pieces, and then we'll go on from there. As you see, I've got my dough portioned out. I've also got a tray lined with some baking paper. Just put the tray to the side, and then each ball we'll just go ahead and roll them into nice round little balls, tight little balls. There's one thing I'm noticing about this dough is it's not very sticky. It's very easy to work with. All right, once you've got it into a nice little ball, I like to flatten them out just a touch, and then we'll transfer it into the tray, and we'll carry on with the rest of them. As I was rolling these out, I realized that the dough is quite dry, and I think that's because I added flax seeds and I didn't up the water content. So next time, I would add just a little bit more water. But they should be okay for the first time. All right, now I've got them all done out like that. I'm just going to cover them with a clean towel, and I'll just let these sit while I make the mayonnaise. To make the mayo is super simple. I've just got 1 whole egg in there, and I've got the juice of a lime, and I've also got the zest of a lime, and also I'm going to put a teaspoon of this roasted garlic that I got. Quite a heap teaspoon, because it's not as powerful as raw garlic, but it tastes so much better. So we'll start with that, a little sprinkle of salt, and then we'll add the oil. I'm using a neutral oil, peanut. I find that this neutral oil works best for mayonnaise. So we'll start with that much, and then we'll stick in the immersion blender. You put it right to the bottom. I'm going to have it on full power, and then as I turn it on, I'm going to slowly pull it upwards, and that'll create the emulsion. Okay, super quick. We'll give that a taste. A little bit more salt. We'll just mix that in, and then it should be good. Now we're just going to brush the top of these with a little bit of water. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of the flaxseed on top, and a couple of pumpkin seeds. Just like that. All right, I'm going to go through and do the rest. Now this is going to go into a 200-degree preheated oven for about 30 to 35 minutes. All right, the bread's already out, and I've got it on a rack cooling on a table. And now I'm just going to cook up my bacon. Now I put my bacon in a cold pan and turn it on to medium, and then I let it cook that way. As you can see, I got the bread out cooling on this rack. And for the amount of work that this bread took, which was hardly anything, I think it turned out really well. What I would change is I would add a little bit more water to the mixture, and also when you brush the water on top, I would put the seeds, the pumpkin seeds on first, because as you can see, most of them fell off during the cooking process. But minor details. I think this bread is quite good. Good crumb, not dense at all, nice crunchy outside. It's going to be perfect for the BLT. I've got all my components ready. So to assemble, I'm going to go down with some mayonnaise, top and bottom. And also, I like a bit of hot sauce on mine. So I'm just going to put a little bit of sriracha on mine. You go on with your leafy greens, which in my case is going to be some baby spinach. And you go on with the tomatoes. If you can't find good tomatoes, there's no point in making this sandwich. Crappy tomatoes will make a bad sandwich. And the tomatoes will get a light sprinkling of salt. And then we'll sprinkle just a little bit of the seeds that fell off. And we'll go on with the crispy bacon. After the camera laddie made me wait this long to try and taste it, comes the good part. Oh my. There's no need to toast the bun on this because the outside is just the right amount of crispiness and nice crunch. That lime aioli, whoo, I'd make that and just put it in the fridge and leave it. This is an absolutely amazing sandwich. No need to go to the shop no more.